Hello, and welcome to another episode of Wheel of Horror, the podcast where two best friends spin a wheel once a week. It chooses the horror film and they discuss it. Today we're talking 1983's Jaws 3D, which was directed by Joe Alves. I'm your co host, Alec.
Eric.
And Eric.
Got
Oh my God.
my shark shirt on. I brought
Yeah.
I brought my megalodon tooth. Look at this thing. This thing will mess you up. Then I have
Well,
my old shark necklace from I don't know what kind of shark this is, but
show us
yeah.
your tattoo.
Oh no, 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 no. No, no. That doesn't exist anymore.
I honestly like your shirt better than I liked this movie. I'm not even kidding. This this movie,
Thank you.
it is potentially it's man. Do you think this is worse than Bats? Honestly.
Yeah, it's worse than bats. Right? I mean, for the budget and everything, it's not fair. So,
Yeah, this is like really bad. I mean,
yeah.
it's Jaws, it's brand recognition. Obviously, people know Jaws exists way more than Bats or whatever, but like, goddamn, this movie is so.
What a steep fall from grace. Just like right down. Like Jaws 1, it's like masterpiece, right?
Oh yeah.
Masterpiece.
Yeah.
The way they shot everything. Jaws 2 is like, okay, that's as good as the sequel can really get,
Mhm.
and we brought one of the characters back. This is like we need to stop. We need to stop this right now?
I mean, on paper, the idea is kind of cool. It's like, hey, what if there was a like a Sea World and Jaws somehow got into that and the Brody Boys for some reason are, in Florida doing this. I guess like that sounds okay, but the execution of this honestly just felt like horrible. I mean, it was just like literally all they did was have like so many shots of jet skis and people on water skis, and it was almost like an advertisement for the park, and they really shot it in Orlando too at that SeaWorld, and I'm like, what is this movie?
Yeah. They could have easily called this movie Flipper, right? Like
I
it's like
mean, yeah,
might as
dolphins.
well have. If they featured the dolphin just like 10% more, yeah, it's Flipper.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into the plot, but like this is a really bad movie, and it's
Have
really.
you seen this before?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen it probably like five times in my entire life, just like sporadically. Usually probably on
Same.
like AMC randomly. I'm like, oh,
So,
Jaws 3's on. Yeah.
yeah, I remember it was like a summer marathon on like AMC exactly, and I was watching Jaws 2 for the first time. It's like up next, Jaws 3. And I was like, ooh, and my dad was there, and he's like, you don't want to watch this, Eric. Like, don't watch it. And I was like, this is horrible at the age of like 9 or however old I was.
It's boring. It's so boring. And it doesn't make sense. And it feels like so many things are just like shoehorned in there to make the plot kind of feel connected to the Jaws world in any way. And then the CGI, obviously it's 83, but this is like, holy shit. Like Tron was 82. I feel like that's 10 times better than this. And I mean, the 80s 3D craze was in full effect at this time. So,
That's the hook. The 3D's the hook. And it's like,
yeah.
don't do Jaws 3D.
Without the 3D, there's nothing. I mean, and we couldn't even appreciate it because we're watching in 2D or whatever. But like, if this was re-released in theaters and you could wear 3D glasses, would you see it?
Would it be like the red and green glasses, or is it like clear?
I think they have to be red and green because of the way it was shot, or red and blue. Yeah.
Uh, Would it be like now put on your 3D glasses at the bottom of the screen
I don't know.
ever?
I don't
Or
know.
like would you be watching this with a red and green thing on your face the whole time? Because that sounds like a nightmare.
I think that's why this didn't work because the red and blue for an hour and a half like really does cause headaches and stuff like that. So people are like, I'm not doing this. Because I saw Avatar in like new 3D, last year, and it was fine. I didn't have a headache at the end of that, but I heard that the red and blue can cause headaches. So
Yeah, because it's totally just messing with your brain and your vision. So dumb. But like
yeah.
there are some movies that are like the 3D parts coming up, or like when you watch like a Nickelodeon cartoon and you got like a cereal box uh glasses. It's like tune in to Nickelodeon with their 3D special and it tells you when to put it on. But
Yeah. That's TV. I mean, this was like there was Friday the 13th Part 3D, there was Amityville 3D, and this. And now, none of them are great, but I think this one really sucked. Like this one didn't, none of the effects were cool. Like none of the 3D effects were that good. At least with the Friday the 13th when you get the eyeball that comes at the screen, I like that. But
Yeah.
for this, there was
Well,
like
this had the Jaws at the end, like
that was
literally.
so bad, dude. That was so like the
In
jaws like
2D, in 2D, it's like cringe worthy,
dude,
but
they freeze. They like perfectly freeze. I was like, this is so bad. But yeah, it's awful. And we're gonna be shitting on it for most of the movie. I mean, I can't think of like almost anything redeemable about it. I mean, maybe it's fun to see Dennis Quaid as like he's like 28 or whatever.
29, I looked
Yeah.
it up, and look at us. We're doing like pretty much back-to-back Dennis Quaid movies. We did The Substance the other week,
Yeah.
and now we're doing Jaws 3. And
I know.
unintentional stuff with this wheel. It's amazing.
That really, I was thinking about that too. So it's like, yeah, if you want to see what like a 75-year-old Dennis Quaid looks like, watch The Substance. And you want to see a very early performance from him, watch this. And he was fine. He looked like Harrison Ford the whole movie. I was like, damn,
Yeah,
dude, they look a
yeah.
lot alike.
And
And he
he's
was
not
fine.
he's not the reason why this movie's bad at all. It's not
No.
him. Like you don't leave this movie like, man, he ruined this movie.
No, his acting was it was the same as everybody else's. It was just like whatever. But I did see one podcast interview with him, and you might find this kind of funny. So he's been sober for a long time, and he's like, yeah, back in the '80s, I had like a bad coke problem. Like I was like,
Yeah.
really into cocaine. And it's like, could you think of a movie where you were like on cocaine the most? And he's like, Jaws 3. He's like, really? He's like, how much cocaine were you doing? He's like, literally every frame I was on cocaine. It was just I mean, he pulled it off. I mean, he doesn't seem like he
Did he have
is.
to think about that answer? Like, what movie? It's like, no, it was Jaws 3.
He
Like,
took a little bit of a pause, but yeah, it was like it did definitely came to him. I mean, 28, he's in the 80s doing just like shitty movies, just doing cocaine and fighting sharks. I
yeah, it
don't.
wasn't like Rookie of the Year or whatever. It was definitely Jaws 3, you
Oh,
know.
I think he was sober by Rookie of the
Yeah.
Year. But
But I
yeah,
mean,
so
talking about when did this come out?
83.
83?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this movie is a bunch of like young, rich producers just like, and we're gonna make it 3D, and we're gonna make the shark 10 feet bigger than the original Jaws.
Yep.
And Dennis Quaid, dude loves his Coke. Like,
They're like, get me the brother of the guy from Midnight
get him.
Express. Yeah, I want that guy. Because Randy Quaid was famous before Dennis Quaid. So they're like, get me Randy's little brother. So he goes in there. You got Leah Thompson, or right? Leah, yeah, it was Leah Thompson before Back to the Future.
Hmm.
So she's in
Yeah.
that. That's really the only two recognizable actors that I remembered from this. But yeah, I love how you said that they're like the jaw's gonna be, or the shark's gonna be 10 feet longer. And that's,
Make the shark a little bigger. No, 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 no,
yeah.
no. Way bigger. And
Well,
it's like
yeah.
this is technically out of the Jaws franchise, the biggest of the Jaws sharks. Which,
Do we know
yeah.
that more than Revenge? We're sure? We're sure?
Yep, yep,
Oh, okay.
yep. They
Okay.
have the list.
They have the list.
I don't have the so I know I have Jaws 1 was 25 feet.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is this is 35
Yep.
feet. Let me double
Yeah.
check. Yes. The biggest one out there right now, and I'm a big Shark Week fan. It starts July 20th. You don't have to sponsor a Shark Week, but if you want to, come get some. Big Blue is a 20-foot long female, about 5,500 pounds.
Hmm.
Non-aggressive shark, about 60 years old. Last spotted in Oahu and has traveled to California and Mexico. So next time you go swimming in California, say hi to Big Blue. You know, maybe
So it's so
she's out
crazy.
there.
So this shark is supposed to be 15 feet larger than the largest shark ever found. So there's that, which is fun. Because at least in Jaws, it's like, okay, it's 5 feet larger than the real, shark that's ever been found, the largest shark. So you're like, that's believable. But
It's like a freak anomaly. Yeah, and
yeah.
this is just like that doesn't exist, but
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
So it's 35 feet, and yeah. So this movie takes place in Florida. It's presumably, I don't know, maybe like 5 years after Jaws 2, because like Mike's in high school in Jaws 2, it seems like, and now he's, I guess, in his early 20s, and he's yeah, he's working at SeaWorld in Florida. And then his younger brother, Sean, he comes to visit him from, I guess, college.
Yeah,
And
yeah, or some service. He was getting into the service or thinking about it or going to school. I forgot what it was, but yeah.
Yeah, and he randomly just comes to visit. I feel like, dude, his character was so shoehorned into this movie. Like he didn't serve any purpose.
Yeah, I mean, one of the best parts of the movie is when they're talking about Chief from Jaws 1 and just like reminiscing and like talking about like I don't go in the water. Something happened to me when I was a kid. It's like I know what that was, but you're not gonna say it.
Dude, I feel like that, like their lives have been traumatized twice in the last like decade.
Yeah,
And
and now the
they,
guy works at SeaWorld.
yeah,
Like
no. And he also just kind of like brushes off. He's like, yeah, we had a rough time with a shark when we were a kid. It's like, dude, your life, especially in the second one, like both of you guys should be like, I'm never going anywhere near the water. And they're
I'm
just
not
kind
even taking a bath. Like, yeah, like
of yeah, because literally, like, their lives have been defined by like shark attacks, essentially. So now they're in their late 20s, mid 20s, working at SeaWorld. Mike's got a girlfriend who's the head biologist at SeaWorld. And it seems almost like a Friday the 13th where they're like setting up for like the big party, like the big opening of SeaWorld. So it seems like they're like getting ready for it.
kind of like a Jurassic Park in some ways.
Or Jurassic
Like
World, right? Oh, no,
I
yeah,
I
Jurassic
mean,
Park.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
like it's an opening, and then we have all these sea creatures. Obviously, they're not like doing anything crazy, but things are gonna go wrong. So there's a little
Yeah.
that vibe to it. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, so they're opening up. There's no shark at SeaWorld. They make that very clear. There are no great white sharks in captivity or whatever.
well, there
So,
can't be in real life. They can't be in captivity. They are forward swimming, animals. They cannot turn around. Even if you have a gigantic tank, they need
mm.
to. They're travelers. They need their gills need constant, water in their gills. So. There's no sharks in captivity. They've tried, but they all fail, and so does. We'll get into it, but yeah.
I saw some statistic that I think sharks are the animals that sleep the least. They sleep like 10 minutes a day. That's like sporadic because they're like always moving. So they're like sleeping while they're gliding. They like wake up and then keep going and just
It's
like
kind of like me at work sometimes. Yeah,
micro naps.
just no, just like walking and just being like, I just took a nap and I went to the bathroom. Yeah,
Well, but yeah, so this basically what kicks the movie off is yeah, Sean comes to visit Mike, and Mike just got offered a job in Paris, I think, or where was it? Venezuela. No, it was like yeah, it was
something like yeah,
South
another
America.
country.
Yeah, it was in
Hmm.
South America because he's like, oh, I gotta learn Spanish or whatever. And him and his girlfriend are like potentially gonna break up because she just like, I don't know if I can go there or whatever. So there's a little bit of drama there. And we just kind of get some bullshit about Sean being there to visit. He meets this other girl, Leah Thompson, and there's just this like stupid flirtatious thing that goes absolutely nowhere. So didn't love
And
that.
a little brotherly pranking going on, with
Yeah.
the megaphone, like, "Hey, kids, get out of there! You're under arrest," or whatever.
Yeah, it was
That's
very cheap.
it's all fun, but now it's like, come on, it's like 30 minutes in the movie. Like, can we get this going?
Yeah, let's get to some sharks. So then there's also kind of like the mayor who's the owner of SeaWorld, and he's that one guy. I can't remember his name, but he's
It was like a French word, like Bouchot or something like that. What was his name? I can't.
yeah. Yeah, Calvin Bouchard. Yeah. So
Oh my
he's
God, I was close.
yeah.
Okay, bonus point.
So he's like the owner of SeaWorld, and he's getting ready to open it up, and he's kind of like the mayor, but a little bit less of a scumbag. And then we also have this like British, I think he's British, this like British like Quint essentially. Like he's the guy that's just like, coming, he's a photographer, I think, but he also is like a hunter, so he can kill sharks too. I love the line where he's like, you should see them die. It's magnificent. You're like, that's fucking crazy.
That's some daddy issues right there or
That's
something.
messed up. Yeah, so then I'm trying to remember what is like the thing that kicks this all off. Was there an attack in the beginning, or it's just a fish that gets
No,
eaten?
so there's some guy like fixing something, and the dolphins are like acting strange, and they break open a door, and the shark gets in, I believe.
The
But
baby
the
shark.
guy like welding underwater gets his arm ripped off, and that's how the movie kind of actually that's the first thing that happens in the movie. And then there's these other people in a boat that are like there at night when the boys are kind of like fooling around with the megaphone,
Yeah.
and they're trying to steal like expensive coral from the park. It's like
That was so
that's
stupid.
what we're throwing in there, like not like electronics, just like go down there and steal the coral. We can get
Yeah.
like $200 for this.
Dude, literally at $200 for coral to a guy in Miami. I'm like, so you're going from Orlando. First of all, I don't know where this is supposed to take place, but Orlando is landlocked. So how did Jaws get into this? You know?
Wait, they're in Orlando?
That's where SeaWorld
Well,
is.
no, this is like a mate. This is
Uh,
SeaWorld before SeaWorld, so this
no,
isn't ideal.
it says
They
SeaWorld.
call themselves SeaWorld, and I guarantee this is before SeaWorld opened. I'm gonna Google it while
All
you keep
right.
talking.
But yeah, so anyway, so those guys get killed. That felt like a very like added last minute kind of scene. So they get killed, and then the shark, yeah, the baby shark gets into the actual park. And what?
SeaWorld opened in 1973. So this is another thing called SeaWorld, but we're gonna pretend it's by the ocean and not in Orlando where a shark can just show up in in
Yep.
the middle of the state.
Yeah, yeah.
If
So
that is like, I'm gonna have to read the plot again and see if that's what they say. My dog's barking like crazy, so drive me nuts. But yeah, keep going.
but yeah, no. So it's not Orlando, but it is Orlando, whatever. Yeah, so the baby shark gets in and they're like, "Hey, where's that guy who like got his arm stuck in the the door?" Like whatever that guy's name was. Because his girlfriend shows up and she's like, "Is he cheating on me? Where is he?" And he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And yeah, so he died. Basically what happened is that guy, his arm got stuck in the machine. He fell to the bottom. The shark killed him, I think, and his wife's looking for him, his girlfriend or whatever. And now the SeaWorld employees are like, yeah, where is that guy actually now? Like, what's going on? So
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, keep going.
no. So they just send a like submersible, like a James Cameron, kind of like a Discovery thing
Which
underwater.
looked insane.
Yeah, it was
It looked
horrible.
insane,
It
like
was
the
horrible.
Titan submersible on steroids.
I mean,
Like it looked
I
like the Magic School Bus. It was yellow, you know.
it was bad.
It was
Yeah.
very Magic School Bus.
So they go under and they find like a fake skeleton thing that scares them, and then they don't do they find the body now? They find the shark now, but do they find the guy whose
I don't
arm
think
got?
well, the it got eaten.
Yeah, okay.
But I think they
So
found an arm or something. I think they found something. I don't remember. Did I
yeah.
mention I'm tired? Did I mention that? Do you
Sorry.
want to know? Did you want to know why I'm tired?
Why?
Because I was watching Jaws 3D late last night.
Okay. All right. Well,
Oh, sorry.
it's a very short movie. That's the only good thing about it. But so yeah, so they basically they're in this submersible. They find this great white shark and they tranquilize it and bring it into the facility or whatever. It's very
It's a
deep blue sea.
it's a small shark though. It's a 10-foot shark that got in there, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's not that big, and they're like, "There's no way this shark could do this damage. It's too little." And then they find out that there's another shark because
Well,
that
there's an
shark.
autopsy, right? They
Yeah,
did
yeah,
find a body. And the woman says like this is like the bite of a 35-foot shark. And like that
yeah,
shark you have is a 10-foot shark.
yeah, yeah,
Meanwhile, they're trying to like we should take this shark and bring it into captivity and and then they start to do like this could be a tourism grab.
dude. When they put the baby shark into like this little like splash pool or whatever, they're like the only great white shark in captivity, and it's like upside down, and it looks so bad,
It's like slowly dying. It's like not moving. It's like,
but
come on, bud.
it looks
Come on.
so fake.
It was
Um,
so bad.
And because we've talked about this in Deep Blue Sea episode, but sharks, if you pet them the other way, it like slices
It's
your hand up.
sandpaper. Yeah.
These people are fucking like going like this the whole time, wax on,
Come
wax
on,
off.
Lassie.
Yeah, like dude, they're like, please wake up, please. And they're just like their hands are fine. So then Mike's girlfriend freaks out, the biologist at the place. She's like, "Oh my God, no!" She goes in and tries to save the shark and it dies. But that scene did kind of remind me of Deep Blue Sea a little bit, where it's like they inject it and they're like trying to like bring it over to the whatever. But it kind of reminded me of Deep Blue Sea where they're doing injections and shit.
Yeah, I guess there's some parts of this movie that, it was ahead of its time in a lot of ways when, I don't know, I hate saying that out loud, but
It's
yeah.
not. It's not. But yeah, so I guess just a little bit about the director too, and we'll keep on with the plot in a second. But yeah, this guy was a production manager for Jaws 1 and 2. So he's been with the franchise the whole time, but his name is Joe Alves, and he's never done anything. This is his first movie and his last movie. And I think that's kind of crazy that Universal would take a first-time director for a big franchise and shoot it in 3D with a first-time director. That's kind of like crazy if you think about it, right? That's a big risk. You're muted.
I was saying money, and that's the legacy component there where, yeah, he was on the first Jaws, which I had no idea about, but it's just like this guy probably it's like he was with Spielberg when he did it. Like who better than and they're all yeah, yeah, get him. How much is he? $200? Like the coral? Like yeah, so that's probably I mean what happened and this guy pretty much like his career probably was like yeah that's all she wrote after this.
Yeah, it's just interesting. Like I feel like that would never happen nowadays. So like, hey, we have a new experimental technology. We have a franchise that we'd like to continue making money with, and we're gonna give it to a first-time director. It just seems
You
crazy to
mentioned
me.
James Cameron and I go back to Piranha 2 as like the only comparison to like that was his first movie, and that was a sequel to a decent first movie, and not like Jaws. Yeah, not
No.
yeah, you're right. Not even
No, Jaws was like, because especially in 1983, this would have been like, dude, we can turn this into Friday the 13th with Jaws or with a shark. Like that
that
was,
was probably the idea.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'd be like, okay, give it to somebody that can like shepherd it into that and then after it. But I don't know, man. Like this movie was bad. And I think, the script was bad. The directing was just, I don't know. It was whatever. Because like,
And
dude,
but before we get back in the plot, let me read the stats real quick, just so everyone knows like what this movie cost and everything. So this came out July 22nd, 1983. It's an hour and 38 minutes. Its budget was 18 million, which is a good hefty budget. It made 88 million. I mean, so they're just like we could put out a turd sandwich and it'll make money. Rotten critic score is 11% and the rotten audience is 17%.
yeah.
Ouch. I was talking with my coworker about this movie too, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I saw that in theaters when I was a young lad," and he was like, "Never will forget that one." Like, I wish I asked him more questions, but I was like, "I'm gonna leave you alone and not bother you about Jaws 3."
Yeah, I mean, I've never met anybody that says it's good. Like some people are like Jaws 2 is not too bad, and I like it. Like I like
I
Jaws 2.
agree. Jaws 2 has its like really cringe moments, but it's a decent sequel.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all, but this is such a step down. But yeah, so I guess continuing with the plot a little now. So then they are like, okay, the baby shark's dead. So I think the mom shark comes back now for revenge. And she starts breaking through like the gate, right? And it breaks into the actual park. And they have this scene was like kind of fun, like where there's the water skiers and they're like the big opening event and they've got like orca whales jumping and dolphins jumping, but then the shark's there. And that one scene of the water ski girls and they're like, doing their dance and then the fin comes up right behind them. Like it had its little fun moments, which I kind of liked. But dude, did you notice nobody got killed in that entire scene? Not one person got
Because of the
actually.
dolphins. The dolphins saved them, right?
How the fuck are two dolphins gonna stop a 35-foot
Well,
great white shark?
they swim faster than great whites.
So what? Great white,
Makos can go up to 45. I think great whites go up to like 25 and dolphins can go up to like 30, 35. Why
the
do I know that?
dolphins
Why
can't
do I
do
know that?
the dolphins can't do anything though. Like,
They can like mess with him though.
whatever.
Like the Flipper. It's the Flipper movie.
I know. It's just kind of crazy that like the shark didn't kill. There's like hundreds of people that it could have killed, but it doesn't. So then Dennis Quaid is like, we got to get out there and save these people. So turns into a big like fiasco rescue mission. People
And the
are,
park is open at this point.
yeah.
There's a crowd. There's yeah, yeah. So they're open for business at this point. And it's like opening day. It's like Godzilla's here, kind of, like
Yeah. The park just opens and a
it's
35
like the
foot
worst
shark.
nightmare. It's like, what? Like the biggest shark in the world just entered our park that's landlocked in Orlando. I don't know.
Right, right. Yeah, exactly. If that's where it is, it's like this is fucking impossible. But
Like, how does this happen?
yeah, so the owner guy is like, "Hey, like this is awesome. We have the great white shark in captivity. This is before the mom attacks." So he's like, "This is cool." So he's greedy, he wants this. And one thing that is pretty cool, I don't know if this actually exists, it might, but that restaurant they have in this park that's like 40 feet underwater or whatever, like that was kind of cool. I like that.
I know Disney has like a fake outer space one that like makes you feel like you're going up in an elevator into the stratosphere. But and they also have what is it, the Living Seas in Disney World where
Yeah, in
it's like an
Epcot. Yeah.
aquarium.
Yeah.
that's kind of cool, but like this is like you go under 30 feet. My ears would pop. I don't know if I'd like to eat like
I,
down
I would
there.
go. I think it'd be
You
cool.
take a sip of water, your ears just go like
I mean, maybe, but that's kind of what happens though. Like there's a big party in that underwater restaurant or whatever, and that's when the great Mama Jaw shark goes in and like busts something, and now the elevator's broken or something, or they're all
starts
stuck
like
in.
ramming its nose. It's like that has to hurt the shark. Actually, the nose is like one of the most sensitive parts of the shark, which is kind of dumb when you think about it. Like sharks don't just ram into stuff.
Dude, this movie, they're not thinking about anything, correct about sharks. They're just like, it's big and it bites, and they just throw it. Dude, you see the way the shark it goes into the fence? It's just like, doof, like it just
Yeah.
like somebody clearly just like whipped it at
All
it.
right, Bob, just as hard as you can on
Yeah.
three. Like,
Yeah, so now there's people stuck down there. There's like the British, guy, and he's just like, "Oh, we got to kill this thing or whatever." So he's got grenades, and he's like, "We'll go down there and do a rescue mission." So it's Mike. Oh, but by the way, though, after that big incident, because I think Leah Thompson's one of the water skiers. So after that big incident, Sean, the younger brother, is just like, "Hey, listen, I got to get out of here. Like, I'm not
yeah,
done."
yeah. He's like, I don't, nope.
Yeah, so he
Third time's
leaves.
the charm for him. Yeah.
He's out, Leah Thompson's out. They both survive, and now it's Mike, his girlfriend, and the British guy, and they're like, all right, we gotta do something about the shark. So, they take their what's it called? I think they take the water or the submarine down again, right? Do they?
Yeah, I think so. That was like a quick scene. Dude, I blacked out at that point. I have no idea. Like it went from that and then they scuba dove too. They
Yeah.
were
So
all
they
in scuba gear.
they want to shove the grenade in the shark's mouth. So they definitely swim.
No,
They
no,
can't.
no, 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 no. The guy, the British guy
Yeah.
is about to blow it up with a grenade, but the shark eats him
Right.
before he can pull the pin.
Yeah, because his
And,
body's like stuck in it. Yeah.
and well, we don't know that.
I know that's what's even crazier is what happens, dude. Like, so before that, yeah, so he eats the British guy with the grenade, but somehow it's just like stuck in his tooth, and the Jaws is freaking out. There's people in the actual restaurant who are like getting water filling up now. They're like, oh my God, we're gonna die. So the water's filling up in the restaurant. The owner guy is sitting in his like, CIA style room watching everything, and he's just like, this is crazy. Like, oh my God, I can't believe what's happening. And then we get like one of the worst shots in like cinema history with the jaw shark just like coming super slow
Like
motion,
ridiculously slow, like
not
this
moving
fast.
at all, and it shatters this like fake glass that looks like the Friday the 13th, like the intro to that, where like the words come in and smash the screen. It looks exactly like that. Fake glass breaks, fake shark goes in. And then this shot was kind of cool. That shot was horrible. But the next shot where the glass breaks and the water just like dumps in and there's people standing in there, that shot actually looked pretty cool. Like I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, but if you're underwater, like
Oh,
40 feet under, just instantly underwater, it
done.
wouldn't be
Yeah.
like slowly trickling
Yeah.
in.
No, but that was another scene kind of like Deep Blue Sea. Deep Blue Sea kind of did that too,
You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
it's kind
Yeah.
of crazy. So yeah, the water floods in there. Dennis Quaid and his girlfriend are like, "Oh my God, it eats another guy that was in the
Yes.
room with them." So how did that guy's body get like swallowed, but then the British guy is still there? You know what I mean? So the British guy
It's like you have a little broccoli in your teeth and it stays there, and then you have
is
a piece of chicken, and then yeah,
it's so stupid.
it's
So
so bad.
yeah, so
Yeah.
he eats the British guy. The British guy gets stuck in his mouth. He eats another guy, and then the British guy's still there
Like
perfectly.
this other body goes by his body and gets
Yeah,
digested. Like
so ridiculous. So Dennis Quaid is like, "Oh my God, we have to like, I've got like a stick or whatever, and I'm gonna pull the plug and blow him up," which is like also really dangerous. Like they're stuck in a room.
so
What?
many things with this scene. Like, first of all, when the room is getting flooded, they rush to put on scuba gear like they're on a flight that's just like spiraling, like, and they're like putting on the air mask. And they get the scuba gear on. Like scuba gear is really hard to like put on properly, and it's just an insane scene in general. But that scene when you see like the dead guy like and his arms there, and you see the grenade still holding on to the grenade, like his body's like holding on to it. Uh, and then he like takes like finds a metal straw thing, finds it, and then he bends it while he's underwater, and the shark's like, "Wow." And he just like a carnival game. One try, misses it. Two tries, misses it. Like, if you were in a carnival and you did that, that would take a million tries to like get that pin and pull it. It's
Yeah.
insane. But also when it blows up, it's like you're dead. Everyone in the near space is dead. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Like
No, for sure. There's no way that they could get away.
the structure's collapsing. Everything is not good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And also like the fact that the shark is freaking out. It's not so it's even harder and this guy's able to get it in there, pull it. But yeah, so the
Eh,
shark
you got
blows up,
one more try left. You got it. Like that seems
basically.
if you watch it again, it's the most never ever ever gonna happen. One in a million chance.
Well, I love it. We
Kind of
get
like Roy Scheider, like smile, you son of a bitch. But I would take those chances over the grenade pin any day.
way, way more. Yeah. I think the thing is like that really hurts this movie though is like the lack of connection to the other ones. Like, dude, there needed to be a scene where Dennis Quaid is like telling his girlfriend, like, like an emotional monologue of like, this is what happened to my family. It's so hard for me to handle these sharks. But he's kind of just like, what? He literally just goes to fight the shark like he's never seen a shark before. And he's like, don't worry, I'll take care of this. It's like, dude, you would be emotionally scarred and then be like, I guess I'm the only one that can stop it. Some like,
I wish they delved into that more. I wish they
yeah.
delved into Chief and like my dad never talked about the boat with Quint. He passed away or whatever and never talked about it. Like something like that would make this movie have a little bit more weight behind it, but instead he's like, "Yeah, my dad did shark stuff." And then like that's it. Like
Dennis Quaid doesn't feel at all like the character, that you would
no.
expect at all. So it
No.
just feels like in name only kind of. So
Yeah.
yeah, and then the literal worst ending like of all time is the shark blows up and then Dennis Quaid and his girlfriend just come up and then there's these like horrible like superimposed dolphins spinning like simultaneously on the
Well,
both
they were
sides of the
worried that the dolphins got eaten, and
yeah.
they're like, where's Sandra? Well, I forgot the names of the dolphins,
It's
but
like
it's like
Sydney and
Sandra,
Sand. Yeah.
Tony, where are you? And then all of a sudden, these dolphins just do their dolphin tricks and spin around like, yeah, you blew him the fuck up. Like,
And then there's no like aftermath, just like, hey, like a news report being like, this is what happened. It's just like, nope, it's just over. Like now who knows? Who cares what happens? Like that's it. So they killed the shark. No idea why it happened. No repercussions for anything. The owner gets away with it, like he actually does, which is kind of interesting. Um, but yeah, it's terrible. Like it's really not good. Um, yeah, dude, it's so bad. I mean, the only scene that I can think of that's kind of good is like that attack at the park, but like it's not even that good. It's like fine.
I did like the people freaking out in the tunnel. Like, that's probably my favorite scene is like the water slowly coming up in the tunnel,
Yeah.
underwater and like the people getting rescued and the water's like going down and they're like, thank God. And they're like, everyone calmly. It's like, no, not calm. Like, no, but
Yeah.
everyone did stay calm, which was nice. Like, if that was me, I'd be like, no, I go first. Like, get me out of here. Like,
Yeah. I mean, all those people should never probably go to SeaWorld again. I don't
they're
know.
probably leaving the park. Like, do you want to get your hand stamped in case
Yeah.
you want to come back?
Yeah. I mean, I don't really like SeaWorld. I'm kind of glad they're kind of going out. Like, the idea of it's
Yeah,
kind of,
the Blackfish documentary really made it a thing. However, I will say SeaWorld does do a lot of like wounded animals, which is important. Like we got to give like Mystic Aquarium's another one. It's all wounded animals that if they were to re-release them out in the wild, it's like they would die within a day. So let's just say like either they stay here at this point or but you hear in the news like all the time, like, hey, a beluga whale was transported to Canada and died in transport or something. It's
I just
can
love it. It's
can
just
we do
like,
a better job with these animals? Like,
yeah, but it's like an orca. It's just like this one was it was hurt and it was, in danger in the wild. It's like, all right, I'll make a dance for these people. We'll make some money off of it. Like
yeah,
that's basically what it is, right? They all have to like
we
perform.
need orcas and water skiers.
Yeah. It's
But there's a
crazy.
lot of water skiers. I mean, that's where the budget went. The water skier scene, like that's like you got to pay all those extras. They have to know how to water ski and
Yeah.
do like the trapeze stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah, so overall horrific. I mean, here's the thing. I don't remember Jaws the Revenge very well, but somehow that is worse than this one, and I can't even fathom how that's
It's
possible.
I've seen that one more than this one, honestly. I'm ex very excited to talk about it.
I
So
think we're going to be talking about it pretty soon.
I
So
don't know. We'll see when it spins on the wheel, I guess. But
But yeah, this was our 4th of July episode, I guess. This has nothing to do with 4th of July, It's just Jaws feels like a 4th of July movie, but this one not at all.
you know,
So,
you don't like my megalodon tooth?
I
Isn't it
like
cool?
it.
This is real. This is like 50 million years old.
Where'd you get it?
Vegas.
Yeah, where they keep all the
It's real. It's real. It's real. It's
Okay. Did you get
real.
it data, what is it, carbon dated or
It's
whatever?
a real megalodon tooth. It really
I
is. I swear to God.
okay.
Please comment and say it's real. So Alec, like someone say it's real. Like, yeah, it's real. Yeah.
Okay.
It
That's
was
what
found in Shark River, New Jersey, though. That's what I heard.
Oh,
It's like
Shark
you can
Fin.
just go there and find them. Like, think about this. There's been 50 millions of years of just shark teeth falling out of their teeth, and people just find them in the mud.
I mean, I know that they're older than trees. That's a crazy thing to say, but sharks are older than trees.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. If you carbon date that and you actually show it to me, I'll believe you. Otherwise, I think it's a knick-knack you found in
How
Vegas.
can I we'll talk about this later, but I will do that. I will do that.
All right. Well, Eric, I think we've talked enough about this piece of shit. Why don't we spin the old
I think
wheel?
so. And we have our physical wheel back. Here we go.
Ew.
Ready, spinning. What? Jaws the Revenge. Looks like we're keeping Jaws summer going, people.
Oh! How did that happen? That's
I don't know.
crazy.
It's a magical wheel.
Yeah, so I guess we're gonna keep the Jaws wheel going, finish the series out finally after 5 years of doing these movies. We're finally finishing Jaws.
Until they make another one or a re-envisioning of Jaws, which is going to happen in our lifetime, or they do a Muppet Jaws movie, which we talked about last night.
Yeah, we'll cover that. We'll talk about that more on the Jaws the Revenge episode
We'll
next
have more
week.
time to talk about Muppets on Jaws the Revenge. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, everybody, thank you very much for listening into our discussion on Jaws 3D. And we will talk to you all next week with Jaws the Revenge.
3D. Woo!